Hello folks, I hope you're all doing well. We are back at the plot, and would you believe it or not, when I came out of the house today, it was lovely and sunny. However, since I've got here, there's some absolutely horrendously dark clouds over in that direction, and I think it's only a matter of time before it starts tipping down. So I'm hoping I can get this video done before that happens. So, a couple of quick shout outs. One is big thank you to everybody who commented on the hot bin video. I made a little mistake with the water Kickstarter bottle thing, and those of you who pointed that out, a big thank you. I have rectified that situation and we have fixed it, and later on this week the hot bin will be getting topped up again, probably just before Christmas. And then the other thank you was thank you to everybody who commented on the videos about the rats and the rabbits and what I can do about some of them. And I've been having a bit of a think. So obviously fixing the fence, that's the main thing, that'll come. But I've been to the garden centre and I've been to the shed. So I went to the shed and I actually found this. And I must have used this previously. And I don't know how effective it is or not, but you know what? Because I've put the garlic and the onions out, I'm going to give them a bit of a spray. It's not going to harm them, but it might just do the trick. And I've got something else. Look, I've got this. This is called Stay Off. And it is rabbit repellent. And by the... you hear it there, by the sounds of it, and yeah, it's a sort of powdery, granular sort of thing. And I'm assuming directions for you, so I'm assuming I am just going to sort of sprinkle it about the bits, and yeah, so just create a narrow band. It says give it a shake, create a narrow band. So we'll see what happens. So we're taking the fight back to the rabbits and the rats. Admittedly, I don't think either of those two things that I've got today are going to do much for the rats. That's a bit of another problem. Steve, Digwell Greenfingers, had a great suggestion about something for the rats, like a sort of peppermint kind of spray, because apparently their sort of nasal receptors go a bit weird and wonky if you use peppermint. So I might buy some peppermint oil kind of stuff, mix that up into a spray, and we'll get some of that sprayed around, and we'll see how that gets on. Anyway, what else am I going to do today? The garlic, yes, I know you saw the garlic the other day. Look, there's only half of it left because half of it went out. But I'm going to put the rest of it out today, hence why we've got the rabbit repellent stuff. I want to get it out because, like I mentioned, the potty mouth is back and it's going to come out on Boxing Day. Sorry, I was just processing it in my head there. But we're actually filming it on this Friday coming. So we're filming it this Friday, and it's the onion special. So I want this cell tray here in particular. I want this cell tray to be sowing some of my onion seeds in, because I did them last year. I saw JB talking about this, and he did it as well. And he used those sort of like the seed trays, and he sprinkled your onion seeds in. Oh man, what a chore. Honestly, unpicking all those little single onions out of there and then putting them into cell trays to grow them on. Never again. So I'm going to try and go direct into the cell trays. And there's a pack being done with them. So Ian from Grown Local, a brilliant local seed company from here in Scotland. He's only, I don't know, about 20 miles down the road from me, so not too far away. I love to support local businesses. I'll put the link down below in the description. You can get the same packs of seeds that everybody on the potty mouth are getting to do the grow along. Go and have a look out for them. So that's today's plan anyway. Get the rest of these put out, get the rabbit defences out, and then finally it's the return of the trusty trail cam. So the trail cam's going to go back out, and that'll maybe just help give us a little bit of evidence there to show if any of this rabbit repellent and grazers repellent stuff, whether it's working or whether it's not. Because even if the rabbits aren't in, either there's not much for them to eat, because I don't think, there's a whole discussion about alliums, whether the alliums, clearly they do, judging by the amount of the leeks that they've eaten, but they've only eaten the green tops and not any lower down. Maybe that's a thing, but at least if we've got the camera on, and today's Wednesday when I'm filming this, and I'll not get back up here till probably Saturday, so at least I'm going to get a good few days with the camera out, with the rabbit defences in place, just to see if there's any more activity sort of overnight when I'm not here. And again, the weather's rubbish. It's mad windy out there. I think that there's some sort of storm coming. There's a weather warning in place for tomorrow and Friday, I think. So it's looking a bit rough. And I guess the worry is, with this one in particular, and probably the powder as well, actually, see, that's because it's a spray, that when the rain comes, the likelihood is it's just going to wash off everything, which is a bit rubbish. So it's not a permanent fix. It's just a temporary fix. Fixing the fence is going to be the permanent fix. Anyway, enough of me waffling on. let's actually get out there and do a thing with some of this stuff and see how we get on. So back with you in just a jiffy. Just before we get on with the bits and pieces and the jobs, I just wanted to show you this. I'm going to set you up on the tripod and we'll get you nice and stable in a moment. But look at the sky. It's like the blooming end of the world or something here at the allotment. We've got the, you know, I said it was a bit sunny earlier on, and it is, but if we turn this way, look at that, that's coming this way. So I'm going to get on with this quick sharp. So let's get this set up, let's get this stuff sorted, and we'll get out of here. So first things first, get the rest of the garlic in. Hopefully you can see, I don't know if you can see it here on the camera or not, hopefully you can. The last of the guts, I've got half of it in here, so we've got 10 already in there, and we've got another 8 here. Actually, to put in mind, I said there was 2 that didn't germinate, but quite frankly 2 out of all of that, you know, that's not a bad result, is it? So this should, in theory, be a pretty straightforward, quick job. And I mentioned yesterday, but I didn't show it. Was it yesterday or was it the other day? I didn't show it. But this is the bed that's had a little bit of TLC. So it's had a layer of blood, fish and bone added to it, and then on top of that is a layer of compost. And it was the compost, it was a little bit funny actually. I'll maybe show you at the end here because I'm a little bit unsure about it. Let me show you the compost once I've got this garlic in, and we'll see what you think of it, because it was, I got it from the garden centre. It was Westland, and it was a one that says it's specifically for grown fruit and veg, which is fine. And I thought smashing great, because there's not a great selection in the garden centre at this time of year. In fact, when I've just been to the garden centre there to get the anti-rabbit stuff, you know, it's akin to Santa's grotto in there at the moment, which is fair enough. I guess that, you know, the garden centres have got to diversify what they're selling in their income and stuff like that over Christmas. But it's a bit sandy, it's a bit of a funny colour. It's not like really dark like you would expect compost to be. And it just, when I was spreading out and when I was putting out, and I put half on this bed and half on the bed down there that the onions are in, it just seemed very sandy. So with the blood, fish and bone, we've had another layer of compost, we've got the garlic in, and I'm going to use this. This is Vitax Q4. It's just kind of an all-purpose feeder, and I'm just putting a bit on here at the moment if it comes out. Ideally, I wanted some chicken manure pellets, but again, they appear, you know, you can probably get them off Amazon and what have you for a premium, but in the garden centre, because of the weight of them, they're expensive to ship. But from the garden centre, they're a bit elusive again, I think, because it's all the Christmas stuff, like I say. It's like Santa's grotto in the garden centre at the minute, which is fine. So we're using some of that at the moment, just a light sprinkling, just enough to help with the blood, fish and bone, get some nutrition in there, keep them fed over the winter. Come springtime, once all that's watered in and been soaked in, we've got some chicken manure pellets. We'll get some of that spread on the top as well. But let me come over and grab you, and we'll have a look at this compost, right? Let's grab this, right? We'll come over here, right, and you can see this. Let's come in close, and this is what I'm talking about. Look at this, is it here, and it's very, very, very sandy. Now if I just scratch back a little bit, you can see the original compost there below it. Look how dark that is. Look at the contrast either side here between the new compost and the old compost. And I've never seen compost like this before. And I mean, it might be all right. It might turn out to be absolutely smashing. And I dare say, because it's sandy, it's not actually going to be too bad for the garlic. And I'm clawing at things here because it's sandy. Hopefully it's going to drain well. And obviously you don't want your garlic to get too wet, because there's a good chance the garlic will rot. So, job done, one done, sorted. So obviously I'm a little bit paranoid about the rabbits and the rats and things coming to get these. So let me get that spray and let me get the powder stuff, and we'll see about protecting this area. Right, so we've got the spray, and this is G1 Grazers, and a couple of important things to talk about that tells me on the bottle here. 1, it is pollinator friendly, very important. 2 is it does not harm anything else down the food chain. Well, it's not going to harm anything really, it's just a deterrent, but it's got pictures of hedgehogs and birds and owls and stuff on the bottle, which is great, because if anything did munch it and became unwell, and then things get eaten further down the food chain, and that's one of the reasons why I don't want to poison the rats. I don't want to put rat poison out, because if the rats get poisoned, off they go and they go and die somewhere quiet, and then something else comes along and eats them, whether it's an owl, whether it's a fox or whatever. You're just going to poison further and further down the food chain, so try to avoid doing that. And this is dead simple. Give it a shake, open the nozzle, which I've already done, and spray around and about. Now it is a bit windy, so I'm trying not to cover myself in anti-grazing spray, although, you know, it would be useful. You know, rabbits and mice and things didn't come and eat me. That'll be quite useful. But that should be as simple as that. Like I say, the only worry is the rain. Honestly, if it rains and it all gets washed off, I've just got to come back up and spray it again. Maybe we'll do that on Saturday. I said I'm coming back up on Saturday, but yeah, Saturday. Come back up on Saturday. We'll give it a once over. We'll get it sorted. Right, next thing. This stuff here, let me grab this. This is from Vitax, and it is Stay Off Rabbit Repellent. Again, it is organic, it is friendly to other creatures and all that good stuff. So it says give it a shake and sprinkle around and about in a sort of line, and it appears to have a childproof cap on that I'm having a bit of trouble getting through. Now I guess the question is, do I sprinkle it in here, around the bed, or along the fence line? Now along the fence line kind of makes sense, because I think that's where they're getting in, but my worry is that there's a rabbit already in here hiding, and I haven't got loads of stuff out at the minute. There were some lovely leeks, but they've gone. There's some lovely carrots, but they've gone. Funny enough, over there there's pak choy and there's mizuna that they've not touched, and the sprouts over there, not touched them. So I think I'm going to be quite, oh crikey, I'm going to be careful with the wind, and I'm just going to sprinkle it around this bed. And this is really lightweight. I thought it sounded quite granular, but it's actually really powdery, so I'm being quite careful with it, because just then, and it's just blowing everywhere. Right, but as if it couldn't go any better, I've just tripped over the feed as well. I might save this for a different day. It's too windy for the powder. There you go. There's my product review of Vitax Stay Off Rabbit Repellent. Don't try and use it on a windy day. It sounds like it's little granules, like, you know, slug pellets. That's what it sounds like. It is not. It is a powder, and it just blows everywhere when you try to put it out. Lesson learned. Anyway, I think that's just about it for today. I just wanted to give you a quick update as to what I'm up to here, fighting against the rabbits and the rats and things like that. Please think about subscribing, absolutely free. Just click the button down below, and that is you signed up, and you can see more comical moments of me covering myself in repellent powder and tripping over boxes of plant food. Who wouldn't want to see that? Let's face it. I've done a few of these videos a few days in a row. Next few days I'm going to be mad busy. I'm here, there and everywhere doing various different things, so it's probably going to be the weekend before I get something out. But again, another quick mention, watch out for yours truly starring in the potty mouth on Boxing Day, so watch for that one coming. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, folks, and I'll hopefully see you on the next one. Bye for now.